what is up, everybody? This is my Legends of Tomorrow, Season 6, Episode 5, the Satanist Apprentice review, and I just want to say I'm sorry if the audio is a little weird. I got a new editing app, and it does something weird with the audio, but I'm also sorry if I'm whispering. It is 2:29 a.m., and I gotta get this out by 10 a.m., and I got something to do tomorrow morning, so I can't just do it then. So, anyway, I thought this episode was just really... It wasn't the greatest, but it was actually pretty good. This episode, Legends of Tomorrow Season 6, has been pretty good so far. But you can hear my more in-depth thoughts about this episode. And we'll go into that after the intro. This episode started off with a morning montage of Astra waking up, and we see this repetitively. One time she does some like 80s jazzercise crap, and she gets she gets dressed in another 80s curly hair outfit. But go to my Instagram, who might talk about this stupid perm. She goes to the food market, doesn't have enough quid to, is that money in England, to pay, and then she gets, she doesn't have enough money to pay for the cab, and, so when she gets outside, she gets sprayed with water and has to walk home, drenched in, street water. And when she gets home, she is berated by this racist old white man who, he's like, "Are you the cleaner? What? You must be selling something. What are you doing over here?" And Astra's like, "I live here. I'm your neighbor." And the dude's like, "Oh, that's a joke. Oh my God, you're serious." And Astra's like, "Oh, what threatens you? Is it because I'm tall? I'm black. You don't know anything about me and everything." And the man's like, "Oh, I won't be threatened in my..." She wasn't threatening you, man. You're just racist. Maybe she was. I don't know. I don't think she was. But she goes into Constance's house, and he's working up something special for the alien from episode 2, and there's a lot of callbacks to other episodes, and if you want to see my review for this whole season so far, or every episode so far, it's linked down in the description in the playlist. But Astra's like pissed, man, after John leaves, and she's like, "I need Wi-Fi and everything." Also, she doesn't have Wi-Fi. No demon data has been reached. That's funny. But then Astra wins. No, Zari and John come back from the burger place, and apparently John's clothes clean themselves, and yeah, John's like, "Hey, Astra," and he's trying to pay attention to Astra, but really John just wants to R.I.P. Zari's. Yeah, you know, I feel awful for making that joke, man. She goes into the attic, and after, looking for jobs, and she finds this painting of Alistair Crowley, two people from Supernatural, Alistair and Crowley. I don't know if that was a real person, those names are based off him, or it's either or, I don't know. I didn't look it up, but the painting's like, "Hey, I can help you with your magic." But also, when Zari's in the attic, she finds a notebook of her mother's that was like music notes. But anyway, Sarah talks to Bishop, who is the dude from episode 3. This dude. And Bishop's like, "Hey, I have the antidote. You're about to die in like 10 seconds. And what's another death on Sarah's plate, man?" But Sarah takes the antidote, and she passes out, and Sarah wakes up in a, like a med bay, or like a different room in, Bishop's, whatever you want to call it, house. So, he has, since it's a planet filled with clone Avas, he has a nurse. That, I'm sorry for all these pausing for this editing app. I have to hold down the record button. My fingers get real tired. That nurse Ava is like, hey, blah blah blah, and, Bishop is gonna present something. So, Bishop presents something. He's like, on Earth, we got eradicated by blah 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 blah. So, to help with that, Bishop, invented the Ava clone. Bishop invented the Ava clone. Nice. I don't know if that's continuity, but nice bit of info. And, I don't know. You know, after this episode, I really want to see Bishop meet Bayrod. I think they would click. But, Bishop wants to make these new humans who can survive anything, weather, cold, hunger, whatever. So we're just gonna skip it. That's why he sent the spaceship to collect all the greatest specimens from each Earth to create the greatest species. So he wants Sarah to train the greatest species, because Sarah is the greatest fighter. And that's also a compliment in like a way. Like, it's weird. But, yeah, I don't know if I like Bishop or not. I think he's funny. I'll give him that. But, I don't know if I like him. But, Astra is training with Alistair. Not training, but Alistair is giving her, like, tips on... I'm sorry if I keep, like, hitting stuff with my hands. He's training, Astra how to transform stuff, like mini beginner magic. Not like the high stuff, but, after Astra transforms the pen, he says there's two meanings to, what does that say, permuto, or whatever. One is to change something, and one is to swap something, or something like that, where, so Alistair says, why don't you say that to somebody so I can get in a, I'm gonna use supernatural term, vessel. So then, John Constantine appears, and Astra's very mad at John, and, John's like, hey, why? Man, that's Alistair Crowley. You really don't trust that man. He's gonna, he has a lot of deception or whatever. So, John holds the painting, so, Astra switches them back, and finally, after all the switches, Alistair is in John Constantine's body, and John Constantine is in the painting, and, Alistair is really surprised, like, he didn't know that was gonna work. Maybe he just wasn't confident in Astra, but, yeah. I don't know, man. But, Astra says, like, if you do one spell that is bad, I'm gonna swap you back. This is only for, like, a 12-hour period. So then, they are working, and Alistair, changes a bunch of, like, trash into, jewelry, and they have, like, montage, and, Alistair tells Astra that it's all gonna fade away eventually, so Astra's making something, and the legends find the house they walk through, and they're like, man, we've been looking for this forever. And if you remember, the Meg took their ship, so the legends couldn't have anything, so, they, like, portal in, and they're like, oh my god, I'm so hungry. Nate's like, I'll make food. Ava's like, where's the Wi-Fi? And everybody's just bombarding Astra with questions, man. And it's really, she's really getting tired of it. And, you can just tell it's like, come on guys, get out. They have nowhere else to go though, man. But there's nothing in the fridge. It's sad. That's a funny line. I'm sorry about the subtitles, man. Era versus Voice this week had subtitles. Yeah, and I was just too tired to crop. But she transforms the legends into inanimate objects or household items. Like Ava is a binder, and yeah, it's 2:44. So yeah, I was too tired to crop it. I'm sorry, but before Alistair can find them, she like hides them in a cabinet or whatever. She eventually hides them in a cabinet right there. They're just on the couch, but Alistair, in her talk, and Alistair says that to complete this, he needs a human soul. So Astra has to go get a living human soul, which she is against at first, but then calls the neighbor, the racist neighbor as she calls him, and it's like, hey, I know you have a collection of lamps. I have a new one. See you soon. And she does it right from Legends, and Legends are very against it, and they talk her out of it. And I just want to say that fork that Spooner is very realistic. Most of that stuff looked very realistic for a CW show budget. Maybe it was the animation, because the animation got like a higher budget, but I don't know. This episode looked pretty good in my opinion. But Bayrod and Astra talk, and Bayrod's like, hey, I'm not worried about his soul. I'm worried about your soul. And yeah, I really want to see Bayrod and Bishop together. I think that would be a cool combo before the end of the season. What? Oh my god, we have 15 episodes this season. We're 1/3 of the way through. It's been a good 1/3 though. Sarah breaks the back open of her remote as before Nurse Ava comes in to check on Sarah, and Sarah kind of is like, she like talks about that TV show that Nurse Ava recommended real quick, and originally I thought it was Supernatural when Nurse Ava talked about it earlier, but then Sarah uses the back of the remote like a knife and holds it up to her throat, and some funny was Ava's like, I can't disobey your orders, kill me. Yeah, sorry for that pause, my finger got numb, it fell asleep, but she's like, okay, I gotta go, bye, or whatever. It sets up for the end of the episode, but the old man comes inside, and as he's like asking for a price, Astra keeps raising it, and they eventually like settle on like 75, but the legends keep talking Astra out of, or like talking in the back, and Astra says, oh, I left the television on or whatever. So as the old man neighbor is expecting, or not expecting, looking at the lamp, Astra holds up the thing that takes the soul in. Sorry, I had to itch my head. Astra couldn't do it. She can't take his soul. And Astra's like, whatever, you need to leave. I'm not letting you have the lamp or whatever. And before the old man can leave, Alistair comes up, and Alistair takes the old man's soul. It's not this picture, but it's this one. He takes the old man's soul, and it's like a evil thing, but after this, Astra tries to change Alistair back to John Constantine, because Alistair is wearing the necklace. He can't. It protects him from, with the soul, it protects him from changing back, which is it's kind of smart. But then Alistair uses his magic, and I don't know how this magic works, but changes the world to be an animation, and there's the green smoke, there's a green wave and everything, and that's our commercial break. And this is maybe like 6 minutes of the episode. I get why it wasn't in the trailer really for the promo really for the episode, but Astra sings mostly whenever she has to talk during this animation part, and I thought that was kind of funny. But the Alistair sends I don't think we're there yet, but Alistair sends Astra to the attic with his magic, and this is some really good animation, man. For CW, I didn't know what I expected, but also before, yeah, the legends get out, and before Astra's sent to the attic, and they try to fight. They do fight, actually. They kick Alistair's butt a little bit with the steel cheese and everything. And I like how Spooner had that little cowboy hat on top of her fork. We'll get to that picture eventually. We will. But Alistair gets up and he uses the magic from the Soul Ring to chain up the legends, and yeah, he also, this is kind of funny, you know that ring, I saw someone on Instagram, some Mozaverse, I think, he'll be linked down below, say that this is the closest we're ever going to get to a Green Lantern ring, which I thought was funny. But then Astra goes to the attic where she's magicked there, and she talks to John Constantine there, and John Constantine's like, hey, go in that book, and or whatever. Eventually the Astra's mother's notebook is brought up, and John tells the backstory of that, where it was something about him, and John reasons the logic that every princess in a cartoon can sing perfectly, and then Spooner comes up, and yeah, I love how Spooner has a little cowboy hat on top of her fork. It's hilarious, in my opinion. But yeah, I just really enjoyed this episode. They escape and get out of the place, and they fight Alistair, and she sings, not fights. She really singing is the key to this episode, and I don't remember the actress's name, but the actress who plays Astra, she has a beautiful voice. I don't know if it's auto-tuned or anything. Maybe it's not even her, but if it is her, she has a beautiful voice. But throughout the fight or whatever, Alistair keeps being like, no, I won't go to sleep, no. He breaks into that. I hope you guys saw the trailer, because I didn't take a photo of the monster that they promoted this with, but eventually Astra wins, and he calms down, and Alistair leaves the body and goes back into the painting. And then we are in the real world, and I don't know, maybe they just drew over some spots, because this episode was, the animation in between was really good. I just want to say, Katie Lott's direct this episode, and it was really good. She should direct more stuff, but also, this is the first kiss, I think, between John and Zari. Maybe it's not, I don't know, but the legends talk, and Nate's so over being cheese. It was about a smell, Bayrod says. It smelled, Bayrod says, and the old man comes back in wanting the lamp, and Astra's like, no, this is my house, get out. These are my friends, these are my people, or whatever, and get out. You're not welcomed, or whatever. Which he should not be welcomed. He treated you awful in the beginning of the episode. Girl, kick him out. So, John is covering back up Alistair, and Alistair says, John, I know something's up with you. You know something happened when you did that, and but eventually Alistair gets tape covered over his mouth in the painting, which I thought was funny. But then Astra comes to talk to John, and I'm just gonna skim through it, or just say the big bombshell. John has lost his powers, so John and Asher are going to be learning magic together, which I don't know if I'm a big fan of that, but I'm optimistic and I really want to see where this plot leads. But here's the end to the episode. Sarah is working out probably. Yeah, boys. But Nurse Ava comes in to check on her, and she's like, no, this isn't a checkup. I was thinking about what you were saying earlier. We do have souls. We should be free or whatever. So she has a light to power the source, and this, like, look behind her, it's the same light that's on the dresser, man. Sarah, you should have been kind of smarter about that, but whatever, I trust it. But that happened earlier in the episode. Sarah gets on the ship with Nurse Ava, and they're ambushed by a bunch of people. So Sarah, no, I don't think. Yeah, she doesn't fight him yet, but Nurse Ava's like, this isn't a power source, man. And Bishop appears, and Bishop's like, hey, it's just my nightlight, man. Isn't it so cute or whatever? And we learn Nurse Ava said that Bishop dances himself to sleep or something, which I really want to see this dude with Bayrod, please. I think that would be the greatest combo in the show's history. But Sarah says, hey, I released all these people into the vacuum of space, so you can't have them. And Bishop's like, well, when you were first into the body, it didn't just keep you safe, it grabbed your DNA sample. So even though it's harder to work on, I'll still get my perfect human being. And Sarah fights with the Ava guards, and eventually she fights with Bishop. And when she gets to Bishop, she, I don't know if this was Sarah in this moment just getting mad or something. I felt this without the character. Sarah snapped Bishop's neck, leaving him on the floor. In this next photo, or maybe if you're on the photo, I don't know, the audio is kind of screwed up, is perfect thumbnail. Please, I probably have this on the thumbnail with dead question mark or whatever, or surprise. No, I don't. I'll put alive surprise or question mark. No, but then Sarah wakes up and passes out and wakes up in Bishop's house or room that she started the episode in, and I'm really confused how she got there too. It's obviously gonna be answered next episode, but I want my answers now. I don't want to wait a week. Well, we see Diggle next week in Batwoman. Whoa, but Bishop is like, hey man, that was crazy. I get to know more about you now. We're like so close, or whatever. I like Bishop. I've decided by now I like him, but whatever. That was my review for Legends of Tomorrow Season 6, Episode 5. As I am doing the outro, it is 5:58 a.m. and if that does not deserve a like, I do not know what will. And if you like Batman, you like my Batman reviews, I'm sorry, it's gonna be late tomorrow, probably. I got something to do tomorrow morning from 11:30 to 12:30, I think. But yeah, it's probably gonna be a lot late. But anyway, I'm rambling. If you'd be so kind to subscribe, we're on the road to 200 subscribers. Like the video, comment, go down the description, follow all our socials, please. And that is really it. I would love to hear your opinions about this episode down in the comments below. I will always respond. And goodbye. Stay safe. And